What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a phenomenal episode of Friday Night SmackDown. What do you think of the show,
You can
Matthew?
keep saying phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Honestly, one of the best, if not the best show of not just 2022, but 2023.
Kicking off the
Incredible.
year strong for sure.
Incredible. And with everything that's going on with the WWE being possibly sold, no update on that yet. Triple H in charge still. It just really shows that this man can put on the show and he really listens to not just the wrestlers, but he listens to the WWE crowd. He listens to the WWE universe and what we want, and he just fulfills our dreams when it comes to these shows. So the way they actually opened it up, I don't know why, but I think it was just like last minute announced, but it was a SmackDown Tag Team Title Tournament contenders matchup. A couple of matches we had tonight. Winners will end up taking on the Usos. So first match was Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. You know, two even matchups or two even teams in this matchup. Okay, great show. The crowd was into it. Let me just say, nonetheless, the crowd was into the show the whole freaking night. They were loud and
How
they
could
made
they
the
not
show.
be? It was awesome.
But you know what? The Sheamus and Drew, they defeated Eric and Ivar alongside Valhalla, whatever it calls it. Not feeling that, but I'm feeling the Viking Raiders, right? Defeated them. But let me just say, why put the Viking Raiders first to lose the first match of the tag team tournament when you could probably put them last just because they're so fresh on the roster, they're so new, and they're strong looking and mean looking? Why make them lose the first match? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? This
Yeah,
was a great way to kick off the show, though. Get the tag teams involved early and often and really build out that division on Friday Night SmackDown.
absolutely. A nice play more by Drew McIntyre. LA Knight actually was supposed to have a match next, and that did happen. It was a quick match, not against a WWE superstar, but just kind of like a random jobber. His name was Greg Jones,
Enhancement talent.
enhancement talent. Okay, I guess you could say that. All right, LA Knight cutting a quick promo, has no idea what this pitch black match is, neither do we. Just basically saying he's putting it to rest. All right, been promised this for weeks now, but come Royal Rumble, it's the end. Mind games from Bray Wyatt actually almost I thought Greg Jones was going to take a quick W in this match with mind games from the Titantron, Bray Wyatt, Firefly Fun House theme filled their arena. All of a sudden, we cut to a quick, almost 2 minute video of a new Firefly Funhouse. It's been 2 years since we've seen a Firefly Funhouse. Basically, every character in the Firefly Funhouse kind of have a little saying, what was it? Ramblin' Rabbit saying he's scared of the dark, Mercy the Buzzard. It just was phenomenal. All right.
Huskus the pig.
Bray
All of
Wyatt
them
just
really
saying
were there.
all that LA Knight needed is just a little push. And the door that he's opening to the Royal Rumble, whoever comes through that door, he said it's on him. Um, Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal from booking to storytelling. Just great.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. The Firefly Fun House is back, and it came back with a bang. Who knows, man? I think we could see multiple
Mm.
characters in that lights out match, that dark match for the Royal Rumble. I think we could see Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and a whole host of other characters. So I'm excited for it for sure.
I am too. Now, what I was excited for next, Hit Row, man. They bring the action, but let me just say, with them taking down Los Lotharios in this second round of the SmackDown Tag Team Title Contenders Tournament for the championships, if there was a team that I'd want to become champions, it definitely would be Hit Row. So they did get closer, and they did end up advancing with B-Fob actually interfering, holding the leg. I think of it was of both Angel Garza and whatever his name is
There we
of
go.
Los
Yeah.
Lotharios. All right, Humberto Carrillo. I'm sorry. B-Fob actually helped them take the W. Hit Row defeated Los Lotharios. All right, so it's going to be Hit Row and Sheamus, and I think it's Drew McIntyre next week on SmackDown. But just decent match overall. But you know what? The whole night Triple H just really gave it and sponsored the tag teams in WWE. And this is something that we haven't seen in probably years. Years. What we saw next, in-ring promo, Charlotte Flair basically calling out Sonya Deville. All right. Sonya Deville does come out, kind of going back and forth, basically who is more entitled. Sonya Deville being more entitled than Charlotte, Charlotte being more entitled than Sonya. All right. Challenging the Queen to a championship match, only for Adam Pearce to interrupt. All right. As he does come down the ring, Sonya Deville actually hits Charlotte across the head and then leaves up the ramp. Adam Pearce saying, "Let's go in the back. We got some things to talk about." Uh,
Yeah, this was a
it,
great
it, it,
segment.
it was a great segment, but is this gonna bite Sonya Deville back in the ass?
Oh yeah, I think so for sure. It
Mm,
kind of tied us all back into when she was that authority
yep.
figure about a year ago, and Adam Pearce getting involved. I don't mind Charlotte versus Sonya. It's definitely not like a top women's matchup, but you know what? Charlotte needs someone to kind of build her stock back up against, and I think them having a match possibly at the Royal Rumble would be perfect for
It,
Charlotte to get her
it,
footing back for big matches in the
it would
future.
be interesting. It would be interesting, and of course, I don't see Sonya Deville taking the W either way, or it could just be a disqualification. There could be a disqualification, somebody who returns. It could level up somebody
So
else.
many different
Um,
possibilities.
but we'll see how they end up playing that out. So the next matchup, tag team title tournament. All right, Brawling Brutes and Imperium. Who do you got on this one? All right, who do you got on this one? Brawling Brutes. So it was Butch and I think it was
Ridge
Ridge
Holland.
Holland squaring off against Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium. You know, they can play these matchups however many times they want. It never disappoints. All right. I think what the smart call here was Imperium taking the W, and that's exactly what happened. All right. Makes sense that the Brawling Brutes of the rest of the Brawling Brutes, so the two, all right, as we do have Sheamus and McIntyre who already advanced. It makes sense that the rest of the Brawling Brutes didn't advance as they're all a tag team, but it was another two of them. So you know what? I was kind of confused. Why are they putting the Brawling Brutes in tournament with another set of the Brawling Brutes? You know what I mean? Made sense
Yeah,
for Imperium to take the W. I was kind of curious of what that was about, but I think it was just an extra add into the tag team tournament, make things more interesting.
for sure.
As I thought this was the last match, I'm sorry that it wasn't. So it was Maximo Mil Bottles versus Legado del Fantasma. All right, Zelina Vega, who helped them take the W here. Nothing really crazy. Maximo Male Models wasn't really expecting them to take that W.
Oh, come on. They're a really good tag team on
No,
SmackDown.
I'm really not feeling it.
Oh, yeah,
Really
me
not.
neither.
Unless they take them seriously, you know. But there are some good amount of tag teams now that we have on SmackDown. We just need to make them feel a little bit more credible.
Absolutely. You know what? And I feel like that's what tonight
Mm.
absolutely did with kicking them off with the tag team division to start off the show, got the crowd hot, and we
Yep.
basically carried that throughout the whole night. I think Triple H did a fantastic job.
So speaking of throughout the whole night, we actually saw Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn backstage. So as the show actually kicked off, before we got into that first contenders tag team matchup, it was the Bloodline getting out of the Suburbans, entering the arena. Sami Zayn, one of the last ones to get off screen. He goes by Roman Reigns looking for a fist bump. Roman ignores and just kind of walks away. So everybody was a little confused on that. All right, just a little close shoulder to Sami Zayn throughout the night, as what led to our main event, which I'm going to talk about next. Sami Zayn was backstage with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns kind of saying like, you know what, Sami, just get out, leave, make your own bloodline, because Sami actually went into his room alongside Paul Heyman, who was behind him, and he goes, what was that about? All right, you know what? Why did you kind of turn cold shoulder on me? I don't want there to be any tension between us. Blah blah blah. All right, and Roman Reigns goes, okay, you know what? You know what? Just give me the real truth. Give me the real truth. If you want to create your own bloodline, go ahead. And Sami goes, well, to be honest with you, Kevin Owens has started to make me think that I felt used. All right, and he goes, as of last week, I see it. But enough rambling on with that. Throughout the night, Paul Heyman, the wise man, ends up calling Sami Zayn saying, hey, Roman Reigns wants to talk to you. All right. Roman Reigns acknowledges Sami Zayn and says, okay, I'm sorry. I could get a little hot headed. And that's what I have the wise man for. He goes, get the engines ready on the jet. get everything fueled up, get the Suburbans ready, because when I'm done signing this contract, we're leaving Detroit. Let me just say it didn't end well for Roman Reigns. He heads down to the ring as Kevin Owens is about to come out. No music hits. Kevin Owens comes out of nowhere. Nobody ever saw it coming. I didn't see it coming for sure. Kevin Owens comes out of nowhere, hits a stunner on Roman Reigns, and puts him right through the table before Sami Zayn could come out and the Usos could help Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. He makes an exit towards the crowd, and it looks like he signed the contract, but Roman Reigns didn't to end the show. But of course, it's going to be made official, as it's been, Roman Reigns versus KO for the Royal Rumble for some weeks now. But wow, this is going to be interesting. Roman Reigns just being put down without even being able to say a word, to pick up the piece of paper, to pick up the pen. What's happening? This is where the cracks of the foundation are starting to not just crack, but they're starting to dismantle.
Oh, dude, we're seeing gaping holes now. There's no cracks. We're seeing gaping holes. This was an awesome way to end SmackDown. Kevin Owens looking strong, putting that stunner on Roman Reigns and putting him right through that table. Come on, as WWE fans, we all have to know that these contract signings never end well for one participant in the match. And you know what? Kevin Owens looks like a total badass. I'm here for it. And could we see a new champion? It's not unheard of with the dysfunction in the bloodline right now. It's more than likely that Kevin Owens could steal a win here, man. I could see it happening.
I can see it happening, but nonetheless, even if he doesn't take the W, no matter what happens, I think that the storyline, the way it's just going to end, is going to be perfect. And I hope it actually ends at WrestleMania, because it just makes sense. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I think they're trying to figure out ways to land it, because you still have a good few months until WrestleMania in April.
Yeah, dude, we were talking about it. Imagine a feud between Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. With how much Sami Zayn is over right now, that would be phenomenal.
The biggest babyface turn in probably wrestling history, because he's so over. And honestly, I think what it's going to come down to is Roman Reigns sees that his success is kind of turning on him, and it's making Sami Zayn so babyface, Sami Zayn so popular. I think that's what's going to end up causing really a huge crack in the bloodline.
One thing's for sure, we will cover it all for you when it comes to Royal Rumble in less than 2 weeks now. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you Tuesday with a special edition of Monday Night Raw. Until then,
30 years. Peace out.